Moving up and down again. There's no discharge in the war. There's no discharge in the war.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Shepherd's Pie. I'm David.
And I'm Tommy. We're on Genesis, chapter 22. I know it says 21 on my my share screen, but we are on 22. We're doing another Bible read today. Hopefully we can get through a bit. We'll see exactly how much that is. We'll try to peel through as much as we can, but who knows, man? There's goodies in this shit that we gotta dissect.
Yeah, man. We got some good stories coming up.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'd actually been hearing some stuff recently that's got me thinking about this part of the Bible in a different way. So maybe when that comes across, I can talk about that. But
Who wants to do the reading?
I'll start out. I don't mind.
You want to start it?
Yeah. All right. So we're
we did have some ideas though for different ways of doing this. Getting like the notes together and stuff. You were talking about it specifically with the Bible.
Oh, I was just thinking.
Is there anything that we would want to like kind of, you know, see if any of our listeners would like to if they would give their seal of approval or see it, you know?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys have an opinion as to a better way we could be going about this, certainly let us know. What Tommy's talking about in particular is I had mentioned that we should get a PDF of the Bible, so we're not screen sharing this website every time. We've got a PDF that we can then highlight these areas that stand out to us or we think are key information, and then later on, whether it be in a video or a Bible read, and we want to reference these things, we would have it like concisely saved and highlighted all in this PDF. I don't know, something to think about.
Yeah, that would allow us to kind of just kind of have certain things organized, like maybe specific
so like in
verses or
in the PDF editor, you can save bookmarks as to like what you've highlighted and what you've notated. So like when you go to view your Bible, if we're doing a regular episode and we're like, oh yeah, that reminds me of this part of the Bible, you pull up your PDF of the Bible and there you go, you got all your bookmarks, so you don't even have to go scrolling through looking for it. You got a concise, oh, this is where I marked this is where I marked this, and then you can even like say a whole paragraph is highlighted, you could put a note or a title that tells you what that is, so that when you're looking for it later on, you could just type in find this, and then it's going to pull up all your notes that relate to that.
Okay. So like when we're going through it, we'd be highlighting and it would kind of bookmark it automatically, and then
I mean, I do
so
that.
we get a couple of chapters down, and then we would say we were like, oh yeah, what was the thing we just talked about? We could just kind of look it up super quick, and it would bring us exactly to what we were.
Right, because we're not like these other fucking people that have been studying the Bible their whole lives, went to Bible school.
Yeah.
You know, we're not super well versed, so we are like, oh yeah, that's like when they talked about this back in there, and we sound like fucking idiots because we don't know exactly what we're talking about. So then when we're like, oh, that reminds me of when it talked about giants in the Bibles, we could go up to our PDF, search giants, and it'll pull up every time we notated giants, you know, and then we could find easily what we're looking for.
There's also other, you know, because we are using, well, at least I am. I'm using this King James Bible Online.org website.
Right, and eventually somebody's going to hit us with a fucking copyright being like, you can't use our website.
you can search for words or verses.
Yeah,
and
but
it'll.
I'm
So
saying
there are resources here that I'm not utilizing.
we're not really looking for it yet, but I don't know, maybe down the line.
Yeah, or if there's anything else you guys frickin' could suggest,
Yeah,
just leave it in the
let us
comments, and
know.
we'll see what we can do, because we're always looking to improve, and by no means do we think we got it ironed out fully as is. And yeah, anything we can do to improve it, I'm totally down. I'm totally down.
People are already telling me I'm swearing too much, so I'll try to work on that.
Dude, the first day of released podcasts already getting
Lambasted.
So funny. I love
this
it.
This is a Christian channel. We got to watch it a little bit.
Yeah, just a little. I mean, there is such a thing though as righteous anger, right?
I suppose.
I guess it has to be righteous.
All right, so we are Genesis 22.
22. Okay, I'm here.
And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and said unto him, Abraham. And he said, Behold, I am here. And he said, Take now thy son, thine only son, Isaac, whom thou love, and get thee unto the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell thee of. Sorry. So God appears to Abraham after all this time, and he's like, you're going to take your son up to this mountain for a burnt offering.
Wow.
And it hasn't laid out to us what a burnt offering is, but if we've read what a burnt offering is, we know he's
Yep.
to kill him like an animal. He's to kill him like a sheep, and remove the fat, burn the meat, all these things. Like he's to do that to his son.
This is one of those very controversial stories in the Bible that a lot of people who are
they're looking for a reason to be against God.
Yeah, and this is one of the stories that they use to try to build their stance, which to me it only really shows that they haven't fully fledged it out, that they only hear the story and then other people kind of talking about it in a negative light, and that it's just kind of like something that was given to them and they ran with it instead of doing due diligence and looking into it.
Yeah, because on surface value, you think, yeah, why would a god ask one of his followers to kill his son? That does sound messed up. But when you really understand the whole story, there's a lot more to it.
A lot more to it. And God's very poetic, He really is. And he doesn't just think in very short-term, very one-dimensional concepts like people do. You see these themes, they tie together a lot throughout the Bible, especially with Jesus, which obviously we're not there yet. But
this is an allegory for Jesus, because
exactly.
Abraham is to sacrifice his son, his first and only son, it says.
His only son.
So what's that like? That's like God sacrificing his only son for us. We'll continue.
Except God actually did it. But all right, yep, let's go.
We'll elaborate more on this point.
Yeah.
And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son, and clave the wood for the burnt offering, and rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him. Then, on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. And Abraham said unto his young men, Abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship, and come up again to you. And Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering, and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they both went of them together. They went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, My father, he said, Here am I, my son. And he said, Behold, the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? And Abraham said, My son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And so he's lying, but he's not lying.
He's not lying at all. He's just he omitted the truth there. He didn't tell his son that he was actually the lamb.
Right.
He said that God will provide himself a lamb, and that's gotta be rough, man.
Yeah.
Knowing that your son's gonna be taken up, and I don't necessarily know what's running through his head right now. It's got to be pretty.
And he makes him carry the wood himself.
Yeah, there's something symbolic with that. There really is. There's something symbolic with it.
Jesus carried the cross himself.
Exactly. Yeah, that's got to be insanely rough.
Yeah.
Knowing that, but I mean, it's also a testament to Abraham. How his faith was. His faith and his relationship with the Lord were very concrete.
Right. Like Isaac had a sense that something was up, but Abraham's answer was enough to quell his concern.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they come to the place which God had told him of, and Abraham built an altar there, and laid the wood in order, and bound Isaac his son, and laid him on the altar upon the wood. And Abraham stretched forth his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And the angel of the Lord called upon him out of heaven and said, Abraham, Abraham. And he said, Here I am. And he said, Lay not thine hand upon the lad, neither do thou anything unto him. For now I know that thou fearest God, seeing thou hast not withheld thy son, thine only son, from me. So my Bible underlines fearest God and changes it to reverence. So it's not a fear. God's not asking you to fear him. People get hung up on that too. It's a reverence. It's a like abiding by.
It's kind of a respect.
Yeah. You follow the order and the will of God.
Yeah.
And
is there something with this fearest thing? So if we go back to like earlier versions of the Bible, because obviously it's changed, right?
What?
Or has it always been this this fearing?
It's always
of God, because it's mentioned throughout.
Yeah.
Like whenever you hear about it, it's always like a good man that fears God, a God-fearing man.
Right.
Is that something that's been laid upon us, like kind of semi-recently, or is that how it has actually always been like translated?
I think it's a translation thing, because it goes back to the beginning, and it is always underlined and changed. And I mean, I could pull it up in this big fucking book I got, but I do think it's more of a translation error, because God always says, or the angels always say, fear not.
Fear not. Yeah.
So why would God expect you to fear him and then always say fear not?
This fear could
two different types of
like
fear.
A respect thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because it's like the way you would respect your father. Like you can kind of microcosm it in that regard, where you could say that you kind of fear your father's judgment. You could say you fear his discipline. But it's more like a respect thing. That you try not to do the thing that would make him angry, because you don't want to disappoint him.
Right. So another thing I wanted to point out, and I'm probably going to keep pointing it out every time it comes up, because I just heard about it, is the angel of the Lord. I heard somewhere that once Jesus comes up, the angel of the Lord stops appearing. So there's this idea that the angel of the Lord might be Jesus before he comes, because the angel of the Lord also says, you hast not withheld thine only son from me. And none of the other angels take that personification of God upon themselves as to claim me. And it's like,
that makes a lot of sense.
It's like the angel of the Lord, when all the angels are talked about, they're like all these different kinds and different leagues. It's like the angel of the Lord is up here and does these things that none of the other angels do, and talks in this way that none of the angels do. So it's pretty interesting to think.
That is very interesting. Because my initial thought before you laid it out exactly like that? Because that makes a lot of sense what you said. That makes probably the most sense.
I don't like ascribing to that idea that like Jesus was an angel before he was Jesus, the Son of God. But like, I don't know. It does seem like
I think the angel thing is
angel-
messenger. You know,
right.
that's what the angels were.
Yeah, but it's like angel of the Lord is literally like his fucking right hand doing his direct bidding. And it's the only one of the sort that does this sort of thing.
We see a lot in the Old Testament, you know, before the coming of Jesus. We see that the angels are hearkened a lot by God to deliver these messages. And then like you said, there's that like string where it doesn't happen after Jesus. And in my mind, I first went to the idea of like, well, with the new covenant, it kind of gave humanity we didn't really, like, in these times, we didn't have that covenant. So whenever the angel was sent, it was like a direct, like, God trying to like intervene on behalf of, you know, the narrative, really.
Yeah, it's like on behalf of God trying to set shit straight.
Yeah, but once he sent his perfect sacrifice, does he need to have these angels come to people as much anymore, you know?
I don't know, because I haven't read it, but my understanding is that they still do.
They do, because I've heard people, there are stories, you know, like even recently of people having encounters with angels, like people having like near-death experiences and angels come, you know? Yep. It's strange in the Bible, though, that it gets
or even like visually perceiving their guardian angel. Like, people see their guardian angels, or have stories of, and I believe them.
Yeah. Yeah, the angels thing, I don't know. It's, where did they say with that they stopped is just like between Old Testament and New Testament?
The angels don't stop, but this angel of the Lord stops once.
Oh, explicitly angel of the Lord.
Yeah, the angel of the Lord stops appearing once Jesus shows up. But I don't know. We'll figure it out once we get there. We got a lot of Bible to get through, but that'll be like a topic we try to keep an eye on throughout the whole thing.
Very interesting.
All right, so, and Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him, a ram caught in a thicket by his horns. And Abraham went and took the ram and offered him up for the burnt offering in the stead of his son. So, an offering was provided by the Lord. It wasn't a lie.
Yep.
And Abraham but Abraham didn't know that. He really was going to sacrifice his son.
Yes. Knife was literally inches from his son, and the frickin' angel's like, "Hey,
Abraham, stop!"
And Abraham's like, "Oh, thank God, thank you."
Yeah, like the saying of the name twice makes it really seem like it was like a hey, stop.
Yeah, like quick, like because you're about to literally kill your son. We don't really want you to kill your son. It was
he waited until he was.
Holy shit, that's crazy.
And Abraham called the name of this place Jehovah Jireh, and it is said to this day, in the monument of the Lord it shall be seen. And the angel of the Lord called unto Abraham out of the heaven a second time, and said, By myself I have sworn, saith the Lord, for because thou hast done this thing, and hath not withheld thy son, thine only son, that in blessing I will bless thee, and in multiplying I will multiply thee, thy seed, as the stars of the heaven, and as the sand which is upon the seashore, and thy seed shall possess the gate of his enemies. And in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. So, this is the covenant. Like, this is God telling him, like, you did what I said, so I am going to make sure that your children, your offspring, multiply to the amplitude of the stars in the sky or the sand in the ocean. They're going to be that great. And not only are they going to be that great, but they're going to occupy the gates of their enemies. They're going to take over territories that oppose them.
Yep.
So Abraham returned unto his young men, and they rose up and went together to Beersheba. And Abraham dwelt at Beersheba. And it came to pass after these things that it was told Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she hath also borne children unto thy brother Nahor. Huz, his firstborn, and Buz, his brother, and Kemuel, the father of Aram, and Chized, and Hazo, and Fildash, and Jidlaph, and Bethuel. And Bethuel begot Rebekah. These 8 Milcah did not bear to Nahor, Abraham's brother. Ugh, it just loses me instantly.
So that was all, and it came to pass after these things that it was told to Abraham, saying, Behold, Milcah, she hath also borne children unto thy brother Nahor. So basically, was it the young men? Because he returned to his young men, and they went together to Beersheba. So somewhere in Beersheba,
it's tracing the lineage of Abraham's brother.
Yeah, his nephews and nieces. So it's his like parallel frickin' genealogy, you know.
And we just learned that God is going to make Abraham's descendants great. So to then say these are his brother's descendants sounds like maybe these are the names you got to look out for in the future. These might be the enemy people. Don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of wondering. What is Nahor, his brother? Now, is he... Obviously, he's got to be of the same bloodline, right? So it's like, what's different about him? We did cover stuff about Nahor a little bit, you know, in the previous chapters, and I'm trying to remember if there's anything noteworthy that we...
Not really.
Yeah. So, like, because you know that we get those different bloodlines where it's like
it's all about tracing
people of like Canaan and shit. They're like, you know, cursed, and so and we do get like little genealogies from them. So I don't know if it's like Nahor has like some other pact with his seed or something or what, but why this is relevant is eluding me.
I don't know, but it's there.
Yep.
And Sarah was 107 and 20 years old. She was 127. These were the years of the life of Sarah. And Sarah died in Kirjatharba. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan. And Abraham came to mourn for Sarah, and he wept for her. And Abraham stood up from before his bed and spake unto his sons of Heth, saying, I am a stranger and a sojourner with you. Give me a possession of a burying place with you, that I may bury my dead out of my sight. And the children of Heth answered Abraham, saying unto him, Hear us, my lord, thou art a mighty prince among us. In the choice of our sepulchres, bury thy dead. None of us shall withhold from thee his sepulchre, but that thou mayest bury thy dead. And Abraham stood up and bowed himself to the people of the land, even to the children of Heth. And he communed with them, saying, If it be your mind that I should bury my dead out of my sight, hear me, and entreat for me to Ephron. Entreat for me to Ephron, the son of Zohar, that he may give me the cave of Machpelah, which he hath, which is in the end of his field, for as much money as it is worth. He shall give it to me for a possession, for a burying place amongst you. So people look for this cave still. They haven't just like actually agreed on whether or not they've found it. There's a couple places that they think that is this cave, but it's never actually been confirmed to have been found.
That's wild.
And Ephron dwelt among the children of Heth, and Ephron the Hittite answered Abraham in the audience of the children of Heth, even of all that went in the gate of his city, saying, Nay, my lord, hear me. The field give I thee, and the cave that is therein I give it thee. In the presence of the sons of my people give I it thee. Bury thy dead. And Abraham.
So it's giving Abraham, the sepulcher and because Abraham's like, I'll buy it, like whatever it is, I'll buy it. And this guy Ephron, the Hittite, those are his sons, right? Or no, it was in the audience of the children of Heth. Okay, so like this Ephron guy, he's like, here, you can have it. You can have it.
Yeah,
it's kind of crazy. So this guy has to know that he's like,
so
a man of the Lord.
Where it says, "Thou art a mighty prince among us," mighty prince is changed to prince of God. So like these people know he's renowned as this man of the Lord, and he must be doing a lot for them to be like, yeah, here's a huge piece of land for you to have and the caves that you wanted, like.
For burying your dead.
Yeah, and Abraham's saying, I'll pay you full price, and they're just saying, here, have it.
Yeah, they're literally giving it to him.
Yeah. And Abraham bowed down himself before the people of the land, and he spake unto Ephron in the audience of the people of the land, saying, But if thou wilt give it, I pray thee, hear me. I will give thee money for the field. Take it of me, and I will bury my dead there. And Ephron answered Abraham, saying unto him, My lord, hearken unto me. The Lord is worth 400 shekels.
The land.
The land. The land is worth. I was like, why would he say that? The land is worth 400 shekels of silver. What is it that between me and thee? Bury therefore thy dead. So he's like, 400 shekels of silver. I would imagine that's 4 gold. He's like, what is 4 gold between me and you? Like, we're tight.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
literally.
You're that tight with the God. I'm that tight with the God. So we're that tight together. And Abraham hearkened unto Ephron, and Abraham weighed to Ephron the silver, which he had named in the audience of the sons of Heth, 400 shekels of silver, current money, with the merchant. And the field of Ephron, which was in Machpelah, which was before Mamre, the field, and the cave which was therein, and all the trees that were in the field that were in all the borders round about, were made sure. They were established.
That's crazy. So this dude's trying to give it. He's trying to give the land to Abraham. He's like, no, man, listen, it's fine. Like, you can have it. What is this between me and you? Like, have the land. Go bury your dead. Yeah. And Abraham will not accept that. And I think it has more precedent than just like, some type of like honor or whatever. It goes into like, you can't owe this person anything. Like if he gives you that land, then you're kind of like you're under him.
Yeah.
Like he gave it to you. It's almost like he gets a one up on you. And even if he would never, exercise that one up that he has, it doesn't matter. It's like almost spiritual. It's almost, it has more weight to it than that. And Abraham knows it.
And it's crazy that Abraham knows it, because these things haven't been spelled out, at least for us yet. Maybe they have. Maybe they have for him. But they don't seem to get spelled out to the people until Leviticus. So like
that's pretty wild, dude.
But
he ends up weighing it out. So literally, he's freaking. The dude's like, the 400 shekels of silver. What would that mean? And Abraham was like, 400 shekels.
yeah. He's like,
let me weigh that out for you real quick. Here, take it. And fucking there you go. Then it becomes his, and he paid for it. So now it's actually fucking his. Yep. Like, it's really his.
And then it says right after he paid for it, he fucking plotted out his boundaries. He established what was his.
Yep.
And unto Abraham for a possession in the presence of the children of Heth, before all that went in at the gate of his city. And after this, Abraham buried Sarah, his wife, in the cave of the field of Machpelah before Mamre. The same is Hebron in the land of Canaan. And the field and the cave that is therein were made sure, so they were deeded over.
Yep.
Unto Abraham for a possession of a burying place by the sons of Heth.
This was a whole thing just about his
establishing this land,
acquiring this land. Yeah.
Now, when I read it, I literally imagine like a small, like 2-acre field on a cliff with a cave underneath. No, this was probably a massive field. Like, it was probably a large chunk of land, because you got to think Abraham's got a lot of people with him.
The name of the land, the same as Hebron. Like, Hebrew? Like, is this like Israel current day type shit? Or
I don't think so.
Of that type of, you see where I'm kind of getting at with that?
I see where you're getting at, but I don't think so.
Interesting.
24. And Abraham was old and well stricken in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in all things. And Abraham said unto his eldest servant of his house that ruled over all that he had, Put, I pray thee, thy hand over my thigh, and I will under my thigh. What? Under, over? And I will make thee swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of the earth, that thou shalt not take a wife unto my son of the daughters of the Canaanites. Canaanites?
Yeah,
see, it's not the Canaanites, because there's no I. It's a different group of people. I don't know.
It's
among whom I dwell.
Canaanites. Yeah, Canaanites. Yeah, something like that.
People get hung up on it. I don't know. But thou shalt go unto my country and unto my kindred, and take a wife unto my son Isaac. And the servant said unto him, Peradventure the woman will not be willing to follow me unto this land. Must I needs bring thy son again unto the land from whence thou came? And Abraham said unto him, Beware thou that thou bring not my son thither again. The Lord God of heaven, which took me from my father's house and from the land of my kindred, and which spake unto me, and that sware unto me, saying, Unto thy seed will I give the land, he shall send his angel before thee, and thou shalt take a wife unto my son from thence. So, this is serious. Why is it so important that Abraham's son Isaac not take a wife from the lands that they live in? Why is it so important that they go back to their homeland and take a wife from his kindred?
Because I would think because there's blood in the land of Canaan that should not be mixing with his, that has the curse, maybe
some Nephilim shit,
some shit going on with that, and that he needs to kind of keep the blood away from that segment.
Yeah, that really is the idea, is that
in order to keep the covenant that the Lord made with Abraham for his future.
Yeah. This is the idea, is that these other families were tainted by Nephilim stuff, or unclean spirits, whatever you want to call it. And so to keep this line pure, because this is the line that Jesus comes from ultimately, you gotta not go back and not stay where you are and breed with these messy people. You got to go back to where you come from and breed with the clean people. And that sounds racist, but it's not. Don't get your panties twisted.
They were all pretty similar race in that region during the time.
Yeah, like, we're white people saying
stuff.
that, but they were probably brown. They were all in the Middle East.
Yeah.
The Lord God of heaven, which took me from my... Oh, no, I already read that. And if the woman will not be willing to follow thee, then thou shalt be clear from this my oath. Only bring not my son thither again. So he's saying, if she won't come back, you don't have to worry about it. Just don't bring him back again. And the servant put his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and swore unto him concerning that matter. And the servant took 10 camels of the camels of his master, and departed. for all the goods of his master were in his hands, and he arose and went to Mesopotamia unto the city of Nahor. And he made his camels to kneel down without the city by a well of water at the time of the evening, even the time that women go out to draw water. And he said, What?
So he went out to the certain area at a certain time because he knew that that's the time that the women go out to draw the water.
Oh, yeah. He knows right where to pick up chicks.
Yep, he's like, this is where to go. He's like, this is it. I know where I'm going to find the wife now.
And he said, O Lord God of my master Abraham, I pray thee, send me good seed this day and show kindness. Speed. Seed. Send me good speed this day and show kindness unto my master Abraham. And behold, I stand here by the well of water, and the daughters of the men of the city come out to draw water. And let it come to pass that the damsel, to whom I shall say, Let down thy pitcher, I pray thee, that I may drink, and she shall say, Drink, and I will give thy camels drink also. Let the same be she that thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. And thereby shall I know that Isaac has showed kindness unto my master. So
dude, I just want to say super quick, this is like a prayer that's just laid out. This is a prayer
so
that
specific.
He makes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's a prayer. This is what he said. He was talking. He was praying to God, saying that, hey, listen, I need to find this chick, and I'm doing all this stuff. I'm standing here, doing this thing, and he's like, please, I pray you, let it come to pass that the woman whom shall say, lay down the pitcher. So the woman that comes here and offers me up water for me and for the camels, that she be the same woman that would be the wife of Isaac. So It's like, dude, we should be saying this to get our wives. I might say this to like get a God sent woman to
like,
come in.
God, I'm out here with 2 tickets to this movie.
2 tickets to paradise.
Let this girl that says, "Oh, I want to watch that movie," let her be the one that I'm going to spend the rest of my life.
Yeah,
with.
that you carved out for me.
Yeah, exactly.
And if that woman comes and she says those things, I will know that it is sent by you, and I will do it post haste.
Yeah.
That's the agreement.
That's pretty gnarly.
That's pretty fucking sick, dude. I have to admit, I dig it. I dig it.
I agree.
I want a PDF highlight 12 through 14.
Well, also, that the damsel is changed to young girl. So it's argued that this girl is really young at first. And it came to pass before he had done speaking that, behold, Rebekah came out, who was born to Bethuel, son of Milcah, the son of Nahor, Abraham's brother, with her pitcher upon her shoulder. And the damsel, the young girl, was very fair to look upon, a virgin, neither had any man known her. And she went down to the well and filled her pitcher and came up. So yeah, like it says it like she is this hot young thing. But I think, and like fucking correct me if I'm wrong, I don't actually know, it doesn't say it here, I think Rebekah was a minor.
I don't know. I have no idea.
And the servant ran, and because I've heard rabbis argue this, is that like she was so mature for her age because she was out here getting the water for the camels. She was taking on this responsibility. She was like an adult. And it's like, I don't know. And the servant ran to meet her and said, Let me, I pray thee, drink a little water for my pitcher. And she said, Drink, my lord. And she hastened and let down her pitcher upon her hand and gave him a drink. And when she had done giving him drink, she said, I will draw water for thy camels also until they have done drinking. And she hastened and emptied her pitcher into the thorough and
the trough.
What? Why am I so bad at reading today?
It's okay. It's okay, dude.
And
I'm here for you.
I'm glad you got my back. And ran again unto the well to draw water, and drew for all his camels. And the man, wondering at her, held his peace, to wit whether the Lord had made his journey prosperous or not. And
so he's wondering. He's wondering.
Yeah, he's like, is this the one?
The thing. Yep.
And it came to pass, as the camels had done drinking, that the man took a golden earring of half a shekel weight, and 2 bracelets for her hands, and 10 shekels weight of gold, and said, Whose daughter art thou? Tell me, I pray thee, is there room in thy father's house for us to lodge in? And she said unto him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, which she bare unto Nahor. And she said, Moreover unto him, we have both straw and provender, which is feed, enough, and room to lodge in. And
so we have the ability to house you.
Yep. And the man bowed his head down and worshipped the Lord. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of my master Abraham, who hath not destitute my master of his mercy and his truth. I, being in the way, the Lord led me to the house of my master's brethren. So he's like shocked. He's like, Lord took me straight here, straight to it's kind of weird. It's cousins, It's it's Abraham's brother, and it's his brother's granddaughter. So they're like second cousins. But the damsel ran and told...
Separated enough for whenever time period, for 3,000 years ago, or however long ago this was.
Yeah. And the damsel ran and told them of her mother's house these things. And Rebekah had a brother, and his name was Laban. And Laban ran unto them.
Not LeBron, guys. Not LeBron. Get that out of your heads.
And Laban ran out unto the man unto the well. And it came to pass, when he saw the earrings and the bracelets upon his sister's hands, when he heard, sorry, I had looked down and back for a second, completely lost. You're good. And when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, Thus spake the man unto me, that he came unto the man, and behold, he stood by the camels at the well. And he said, Come in, thou blessed of the Lord, wherefore standest thou without? For I have prepared the house and room for the camels. And the man came into the house, and he ungirded his camels, and gave straw and provender for the camels, and the water to wash his feet, and the man's feet that were with him. So they're like totally hooking this dude up. They're like, we got food and space for your camels. Come unhook your camels, wash your feet, wash your man's feet. Because like he had 10 dudes with him. Yeah. And
I mean, he did just load up his the girl with like money, like the amount of gold that he just gave her was like insane. So she's like, nice. And then she goes back to the house and she's like, look at this shit. These guys want to come and stay. They're probably trying to marry me, and they're like, yes, dude. Well, yes.
And as shook as he is that they're Abraham's relatives, they're probably like, oh, Abraham's guys, cool. And there was set meat before him to eat, but he said, I will not eat until I have told mine errand. And he said, speak on. And he said, I am Abraham's servant, and the Lord hath blessed my master greatly, and he is become great. And he hath given him flocks and herds and silver and gold and manservants and maidservants and camels and asses. And Sarah, my master's wife, bare a son to my master when she was old, and unto him hath he given all that he had. And my master made me swear, saying, Thou shalt not take a wife to my son of the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I dwell. But thou shalt go unto my father's house, and to my kindred, and take a wife unto my son. And I said unto my master, Peradventure the woman will not follow me. And I love how he's like verbatim the whole story. And he said unto me, The Lord Oh, and he said unto my master, peradventure the woman will not follow me. And he said unto me, the Lord before me, whom I walk, will send his angel with thee, and prosper thy way. And thou shalt take a wife for my son, of my kindred, and of my father's house. Then shalt thou be clear from this my oath, when thou comest to my kindred. And if thou give not thee one, thou shalt be clear of my oath. And I come this day unto the well, and said, O Lord of my He continues step by step. He's like, dude, you would not believe how perfect.
Yeah, literally.
Like, there's a reason he's going step by step, because he's like, dude, this is a miracle. You got to understand, like, how you got to give her, because it's so miraculous. So, behold, I stand by the well of water, and it come to pass that when
when the virgin
cometh forth to draw water, and I say to her, give me, I pray thee, a little water of thy pitcher to drink. And she said to me, both drink thou, and I will also draw for thy camels. Let the same be the woman whom the Lord hath appointed out for my master's son. And before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came forth with her pitcher on her shoulder, and she went down unto the well, and drew water. And I said unto her, let me drink, I pray thee. And she made haste, and let down her pitcher from her shoulder, and said, drink, I will give thy camels drink also. So I drank, and she made the camels drink also. And I asked her, and she said, whose daughter art thou? And she said, the daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bare unto him. And I put the earrings unto her face. It says, ring in her nose. So a nose ring was some of the gold he gave her.
Uh-oh. You gotta be careful of the nose rings, man.
And
oh, no.
And
the curse.
And the bracelets upon her hands. And I bowed down my head and worshipped the Lord, and blessed the Lord God of my master Abraham, which he had led me in the right way to take my master's brother's daughter unto his son. So it is first cousins, it's not second cousins. And now, if ye will deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, tell me, that I may turn to the right or to the left. Then Laban and Bethuel answered and said, the thing proceedeth from the Lord. We cannot speak unto thee bad or good. Behold, Rebekah is before thee. Take her, and go, and let her be thy master's son's wife, as the Lord hath spoken. And it came to pass that when Abraham's servant heard their words, he worshipped the Lord, bowing himself to the earth. And the servant brought forth jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment, and gave them to Rebekah. He gave also to her brother and to her mother's precious things. And they did eat and drink, he and the men that were with him, and tarried all night. And they rose up in the morning, and he said, send me away unto my master. And her brother and her mother said, let the damsel abide with us a few days, at the least 10. After that she shall go. And he said unto them, hinder me not. I see the Lord hath prospered my way. Send me away, that I may go to my master. And they said, we will call the damsel and inquire at her mouth. So they want her to stay a little bit longer. The servant of Abraham is ready to leave right away.
Yeah, because he sees that he has the guidance of the Lord, you know, like he's got like the light of the Lord, you know,
and like
working his path.
If she is a minor, if she is this young, it would make sense that her family, they're essentially never going to see her again. So it would make sense that they don't want to just send her away right away the day after they figure out they're going to essentially lose their daughter forever.
This isn't necessarily, the rights back in the day were different, you know, for like marriage and everything. And this is definitely unorthodox, what's happening.
Right.
You know, this isn't how it happened. This is not how marriages or, you know, anything of the sort happened.
Right.
Normally, they would, you know, like, shack up, and there would be, like, a whole drawn-out affair. And so Abraham's servant gets there, and it's fast, you know? Yeah. And he shows them, like, this is the circumstances, like... This is like a God-sent mission that's happening right now.
And they get it.
And I kind of need to do this, you know? And like, so, and he's like, I want to kind of take haste with what the Lord has given me. He's kind of lighting the way for me, and I want to make sure that it stays that way. And they're like, but, you know, shit, you know, yesterday we had our daughter.
Yeah.
And she was ours, and now the next day she's going to be gone. Like, to me, it's screaming there that it's fast, and it's not how shit is normally done.
Well, and so they decide to inquire at her mouth. They want to consult her and see what she thinks. And which also, if she is a minor, is crazy that they're going to consult this child and see what she thinks about it.
Yeah, yeah.
And they called Rebekah and said unto her, Wilt thou go with this man? And she said, I will go. And they sent away Rebekah. So, yeah, Rebekah's ready. She's like, yep, I'm going to go.
Yep.
And they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse, and Abraham's manservant, or Abraham's servant and his men. So there's Rebekah, their sister. So it's not Rebekah and their sister. Okay, but she went with her nurse, so she's getting some people to go with her too.
Yeah, they sent away the nurse with her just to make sure that she's okay. You know, like
it's probably like her fucking.
They want to make sure that she's well taken care of. It's her. It says her nurse, so I don't know. Like it's
probably like a caretaker.
Yeah, something of the sort. And then sent them away. And this next part's pretty cool.
They blessed Rebekah and said unto her, Thou art our sister. Be thou the mother of thousands and millions, and let thy seed possess the gate of those which hate them. So she's.
Yeah, they just bestowed upon her, like,
giving him the same blessing that God gave.
Yeah.
Essentially. And Rebekah arose, and her damsels, and they rode upon the camels and followed the men. And the servant took Rebekah and went his way. And Isaac came from the way of the well, Lahairoi, for he dwelt in the south country. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field at the eventide, and he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, the camels were coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she lighted off the camel. So she jumped off the camel as soon as she saw Isaac. And she had said unto the servant, What man is that walketh in the field to meet us? And the servant had said, That is my master. Therefore she took a veil and covered herself. And the servant told Isaac all things that he had done. And Isaac brought her unto his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife. So he slept with her right then and there, made him her wife immediately. And he loved her, and Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. So I don't know. Nothing really there. It's kind of like a little love story, though. It's weird.
Yeah. It's just
it is really cute that like
it's going through the whole thing.
It's like so cute and so weird at the same time. Like, yeah, your underage cousin are gonna go across the country and go snatch her up from her family.
I gotta see where it says underage anywhere.
I think it's in the fucking
hop on board with that.
I think it's in the Torah.
I don't subscribe to the Torah, you know. I'm a Bible guy, so I don't know. I didn't see anything in there that was saying she was underage. I mean, could she potentially be?
Well,
I mean, if that is 2,500 years ago, so I mean, shit.
Yeah,
like
it's
that
a young girl.
Happened.
You know, but, how young do you think she was?
I'm not entirely sure, and we don't know how old Isaac was either.
Right.
So we don't really know, and whatever rabbis are speaking crazy shit to people, I don't want to subscribe to that unless it's, you know, unless it's back the fuck up.
I mean, minimum in my head, she's like 16, which is still a little young. I know back then things were different, but it's like she's young, she's your cousin. It's a long way away, and we're just taking her from her family. It's all kind of weird. But then the like getting back, and she sees him, and she's like, "Who's that?" And he's like, "Oh, that's I'm my master. That's Isaac. That's who you're coming to marry." And she's like, "Oh, put a veil on, cover my face." She jumps off the camel and goes and meets him, and they get married immediately. I don't know. It's cute. You want to take over reading? I'm fucking stumbling all over everything. Couple more chapters.
Yeah. Genesis chapter 25. And again, Abram took a wife, and her name was Keturah. So Abraham took another wife.
It fucking super old.
Yeah.
He's got to be like 120.
He must have been lonely, man. Honestly, that really has to be what it is. He must have been freaking lonely.
I mean,
and also he's trying to fulfill his.
Yeah, God said he was going to have all
thing.
these seeds. He's only got Isaac right now still.
Yeah. And she bare him Zimran and Jokshan and Medan and Midian and Ishbak and Shua. And Jokshan begat Sheba and Dedan, and the sons of Dedan were Ashram and Letushim and Leumin. Okay. And the sons of Midian, Ephah and Epher, and Hanok and Abida and Eldah. All these were the children of Keturah. And Abram gave all that he had unto Isaac. But unto the sons of the concubines, which Abraham had, so he had a wife and he had concubines, Abraham gave gifts and sent them away from Isaac his son, while he yet lived, eastward unto the east country. He sent them away. Sent the freaking concubines away. He's like, get away from my son. Literally.
No, the concubines' children.
Yeah, the sons of the concubines. Ooh, because they could contest ownership of... Yeah, that's exactly what that is. He's like, I've got my heir from Sarah.
And we don't want no drama.
And my other children with... Yeah, that's crazy.
So he's giving him... He's like, take this money, take this flock, take these men, and go.
Goodbye. Yep. And these are the days of the years of Abraham's life, which he lived, 103 score and 15 years, so 145 years old. Oh, wait, three
score is 60.
60 and 15, 75, 175 years.
Damn.
Wow. Then Abraham gave up the ghost and died in a good old age, an old man and full of years, and was gathered to his people. And his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, which is before Mamre. The field which Abraham purchased of the sons of Heth, there was Abraham buried, and Sarah his wife. So they were buried together. Beautiful. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac dwelt by the well Lahairoi. Lahairoi. I like Lahair. Lahairoi. Lahairoi. Yeah, that's what it is. All right. Now these are the generations of Ishmael, Abram's son, whom Hagar, the Egyptian, Sarah's handmaid, bare unto Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names according to their generations. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nebajoth, and Kedar, and Adbeel, and Mibsam, and Mishma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadar, and Tema, and Jeter, and Nephish, and Kedema. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names by their towns and by their castles. Castles.
So castles.
Castles.
Castles in mine is changed to camps.
Camps. Okay, I could understand that. Well, the King James, so it was made by King James during medieval times. Yeah. So his understanding of what these camps were, castles. That's like the closest semblance that he had, in the making of the King James Version. That's kind of cool to know. That's definitely cool to know. 12 princes according to their nations, and these are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years. And he gave up the ghost and died, and was gathered unto his people. And they dwelt from Havilah, unto Shur, that is before Egypt, and thou goest towards Assyria. And he died in the presence of all his brethren. And these are the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham begat Isaac, of course. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife. So he was 40. That's pretty old.
Yeah, bro. Even if she was 18. 18 and 40.
Yeah. I mean.
And she was probably like 10.
I don't know. I have no idea. And I kind of refuse, unless given the actual evidence of that, to just base off of that.
Yeah.
I mean, as we've stated before, much different time.
Yeah.
Much different time to live in. And
yeah, I'm not trying to condemn. I'm just trying to
I know,
share
but like this is just in our modern understanding of
I'm
things.
not trying to fucking support either. Just to let you know, we live in a different time now. That shit don't fucking fly today.
Yeah. Where was I? Right here. And Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah to wife, the daughter of Bethuel, the Syrian of Paddan Aram, the sister to Laban, not Lebron, the Syrian. And Isaac entreated the Lord for his wife, because she was barren. Ooh. So she wasn't able to have kids. Yeah. And the Lord was entreated of him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. So for the longest time, he's trying, and nothing's happening. And so then Isaac beckons the Lord, and the Lord is like, yeah, you got to have some kids, and finally bless them with children. Mm-hmm. And the children struggled together within her. Ooh, so she had twins. Or more? The children struggled together. So, I mean, at least twins, right? And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb. So she had twins. And 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people. And the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red, all over like a hairy garment, and they called his name Esau.
This is important.
And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So, yeah, this is, holy shit. So, he was 60. Mm-hmm. So for 20 full years, 1 they were trying to have kids and they couldn't.
Right.
And then finally the Lord blessed them with kids, and then this is what happens. And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. And Isaac loved Esau, because he did eat of his venison. But Rebekah loved Jacob. And Jacob sod pottage. And Esau came from the field, and he was faint.
Sod pottage is cooked stew.
And Jacob cooked stew, and Esau came from the field, and he was faint. And Esau said to Jacob, feed me, I pray thee, with that same red pottage, for I am faint. Therefore was his name called Edom. And Jacob said, sell me this day thy birthright. And Esau said, behold, I am at the point to die.
Edom is hairy, by the way.
He's a hairy man. And Esau, behold, I am at the point to die, and what profit shall this birthright do to me? And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he swore unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. So this birthright is the birthright that God. So apparently, these guys were told about these birthrights. The kids. The mother was told the birthrights when she talked to God, and then she ends up telling the kids about the birthrights, which is kind of weird. I almost feel like I wouldn't even tell the kids that shit. You know what I mean?
You don't. It doesn't even need to be that she told the kids anything. Like, it's understood that the firstborn is the one that receives more birthrights than everyone after that. But what I'm hung up on right now is I thought it mentioned, not Gilgamesh, Nimrod. Does Esau not fight Nimrod right here?
I'm not sure. That'll be a chapter or two down the line if so.
Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Well, I still want to get ahead of myself. This specific situation right here, Esau is not just hungry, about to die because he's so hungry that he's going to give away everything that he's to receive as his birthright to his younger brother for a bowl of stew. My understanding of this whole situation is that Esau just came back from fighting Nimrod, who's talked about as a giant, a great conqueror, this man of men, a fucking leader of nations. And Esau would have gone out with his men and fought a war against Nimrod. And having had succeeded, come back at a point to, they're all about to die because they're starving and injured. And it's not just that he makes stew. No, it's like he's healing and feeding and nurturing and taking care of his brother and all of his men. And Esau is willing to give up his birthright for that, because he's like, what is any land or any people or any flock or any money from dad matter if me and all my men die right here, right now? Like, none of it matters. So here, take whatever dad was going to give me and just take care of me and my men after this crazy fucking battle we just won. But I don't know, maybe I'm having a fucking fugue dream, because I thought it was right here that it said all that. But
yeah, I don't know. I've heard the theories about this stuff, but also, I gotta read it.
We just went over it. Well, I mean, we can get to it later when he's giving him the birthright, but the fact that he comes out red and hairy, and then they call him Edom, which means hairy. This motherfucker was hairy, like a full fursuit, and red. Like, what is up with Esau, where he can go fight Nimrod, who's a giant, who's a demigod of Nephilim, a fucking son of a Nephilim, something's up with Nimrod. He's crazy. And Esau's able to go, one, fight him, but also, two, you put on the skin of a goat to fucking pretend to be your brother, and your dad still believes that that's you. Like, what was Esau? Why was he so hairy?
Yeah.
And
red, that is...
And red.
He's a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He's literally like one of the hairy men.
It's like the first Bigfoot.
Which, I don't know, if that isn't weird, then, back in the day, dude, there was some weird stuff going on. And there's all these old, there's a lot of old fables and mythologies. They all talk about the same things.
Yeah.
Like, the land was filled with a lot of crazy preachers and different peoples that aren't around today. They've all been wiped out, So I wish that this stuff was more printed, It was more discussed. But it's like you got to search for this type of stuff. This type of information, like first-hand sourced information. I wish that was kept in the Bible, but I don't know. Or if it was even printed, it might have been just so normal to them that they didn't really think to describe the situation in such a way for people that would never know of these things.
Right.
Maybe it's more embedded in even just the names. Like maybe the names themselves have like a connotation about it, because back in the day, you knew that people with this type of name, this type of spelling, or like this like lineage of name, like that, it meant that they were of something, that they were different type of people.
Right.
If people at all, like they could just be straight up Nephilim type shit, I wish that there was more to go off of, because there's more to it. They give just enough to know that there's more to it,
right,
but not enough to draw solid conclusions.
Well, that's why after this we gotta read the extracurricular books of the Bible.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, this Esau dude, he is freaking one hairy son of a bitch. Literally. And
you're at 33.
Also getting his birthright freaking yoinked from him.
He gives it up.
And Jacob said, "Swear to me this day, and swear unto him." And he sware unto him, and he sold his birthright unto Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and pottage of lentils, and he did eat and drink, and rose up and went his way. Thus Esau despised his birthright. 26. And there was a famine in the land, beside the first famine that was in the days of Abraham. And Isaac went unto Abimelech, king of the Philistines, unto Gerar. And the Lord appeared unto him and said, Go not down into Egypt, dwell in the land which I shall tell thee of. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with thee, and will bless thee. For unto thee and unto thy seed I will give all these countries, and I will perform the oath which I swear unto Abraham thy father. And I will make thy seed to multiply as the stars of heaven, and will give unto thy seed all these countries, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice, and kept my charge, my commandments, my statuses, and my laws. And Isaac dwelt in Gerar. And the men of the place asked him of his wife, and he said, She is my sister. For he feared to say, She is my wife. Lest, said he, the man of the place should kill me for Rebekah. So he's pulling a dad.
Yeah, he's pulling his dad's fucking trick.
He's got the same old daddy's trick that he's just using. That's freaking hilarious. Because she was fair to look upon. And it came to pass, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out. Dude, didn't this happen to Abimelech too? So, like, father like son to the same king.
Yeah.
Same. Dude, if I was Abimelech, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, you guys and your tricks. Looked out a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was sporting with Rebekah his wife. And Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, of a surety she is thy wife. And how saidst thou, She is my sister? And Isaac said unto him, Because I said, Lest I die for her. And Abimelech said, What is this thou hast done unto us? One of the people might lightly have lion with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought guiltlessness upon us. Dude, it's the same exact thing.
Yeah, it's kind of shitty.
It's a crazy thing.
Because, like, they always say the same thing. They're like, why wouldn't you just tell us the truth? Now you've made us do something shitty.
We did discuss this too, in past episodes, where it's like, during this time, dude, it is a different time. This is always going to be something that I'm trying to really, because I'm trying to understand it myself, like that's how you get the context of these things more, and you're able to kind of translate them into modern times, see what it is, see how you would be in this time, or what it all means. And so, like, in this time, we do have, like, a more savage type people, a more, like, rooted in, like, I wouldn't necessarily say violent, but it is violent in that time. and people would take things, So you got a hot wife. Someone's going to be looking at you being like, okay, that's your hot wife. I want her.
And they have a skewed sense of justice, too.
Yes.
Like, they wouldn't just take your hot wife. They need to kill you.
They need to kill you.
To take your hot wife.
That way it's nowadays, just. Yeah. Like, nowadays, that don't happen. Like, if someone wants your wife, they just hit on her, and if she likes them, then she goes over with them, and there's nothing you can do about it, Right. Like, nobody's going out and... I mean, some people do go out and kill, but, like, back in the day, if you wanted that man's wife, you would plot, and you would go kill that man.
Yeah.
So that there is no...
there's no foul when you sleep with his wife.
Exactly, because all of this goes back to, like... God and the understandings of the time, and the understandings of like what happens if you were to break these like covenants or these types of commandments,
And it speaks to like everybody having, because like we see now when we look back, we're like, oh, it's all such a similar religion, even though they believed in this and they believed in that. You see like a overlapping of, well, yeah, there was an overlapping because they had a belief that they were kind of like, they hear of this God that's doing these things and they're like, maybe we should follow that guy. But some people are led astray, some people are deceived, some people are following other people. So it's like, it sounds similar because it's close, but they don't have the full picture, they don't have the full story, they don't have a full understanding of what the God of Abraham actually wants. They're just trying.
And without this lens, you read this type of stuff and you would immediately start going on about how like, oh, it's messed up. Look at this like evil thing they're doing. They're lying. And it's, it's almost like a little scheme they're doing. And I mean, to a degree, yes, it is. But it's a scheme that of the time they felt necessary to do. And I bet this wasn't something that only these guys did. This is probably like something that is like known, to do. That like if you're going into foreign lands, and like you've got a hot wife, you got to be careful because there's guys out there that are going to try to kill you. So like there's probably like a common thing going on for people of the time that when they do stuff like this, like just say she's the sister or say she's whatever, say she's not, your wife. So that there's no like contestment to claim to where they could just come out and like try to kill you in your sleep. They'll follow you to wherever you're staying the night at, and they'll just freaking kill you in your sleep, and then they'll take your wife. Like there's more going on to this stuff, and you gotta, because like when I first read this without like diving myself into the time, it's like like you saw my live reaction just then. Where it's like these guys and their scheme, they keep doing it like father, like son. But then I take a step back and I look at the time of like what time it is that they live in and like the situations, and it does make sense. They're kind of being smart about it, and plus they're also protected by God. So like anything happens, it will be remedied. Like these are God's people, and they live of God and for God. So whatever happens injustice-wise, it gets amended. It's just crazy that Abimelech gets it twice from the same bloodline, from father and from son.
Yeah.
Poor Abimelech. Okay, let's get back to it. So, and Abimelech said, "What hast thou done unto us? One of the people might lightly have laid with thy wife, and thou shouldest have brought out guiltlessness upon us." And Abimelech charged all of his people, saying, "He that toucheth this man or his wife shall surely be put to death." So Abimelech knows the thing already. He's like, I know what happened. Your daddy did this to me. So anybody who touches these guys is going to be put to death. Don't touch them. Don't mess with them. Like we already know how this goes. Then Isaac sowed in that land and received in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. So Isaac was like, all right, cool. I'm going to, just like kind of plot my plants down and my harvest and my animals and, just kind of grow here because there's a famine. And God gave him 100-fold on the frickin' food that, he planted. That's cool. And the man waxed great and went forward and grew until he became very great.
In mine,
for he had possession.
It changes waxed great to become rich and went forward as prospered. So he became rich and prospered.
Mm-hmm. I would have assumed as such. For he had possession of flocks and possession of herds and a great store of servants. And the Philistines envied him. Wow, envied. Dude, it's like, because you get all these crazy names, it's like you sound things out differently.
Yeah.
Like words that should be normal.
Yeah.
You're thinking, oh, well, maybe they're not, shit.
Yeah, Bible's got you reading shit you never read before. So that when you do read some shit, you already know you're fucking it up.
Yeah, you're literally trying to sound it out, and you're like, oh, wait, that's envied. For all the wells which his father's servant had digged in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines had stopped them and filled them with earth. Ooh, a little frickin' dispute going on. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. Ooh. And Isaac departed thence, and pitched his tent in the valley of Gerar, and dwelt there. And Isaac digged again the wells of water, which they had digged in the days of Abraham his father, for the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham. And he called them their names after the names by which his father had called them. And Isaac's servants digged in the valley, and found there a well of spring water. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. Strive with, okay. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. Okay, so he named the well after the herdmen. It's kind of crazy. So they just wanted the well to be named after them, and they just kind of hearkened Isaac and said, hey, name it after us. And he's like, yeah, I'll name it after you because you strove with me.
So the strive is like a quarrel. So they named it after the fight.
Oh. Yes. So it's like after a battle.
Yeah.
So they had a battle, and they were like, all right, yeah, we'll name it this well in remembrance of this battle.
Some sort
and it's
of dispute.
because this battle that happened. No, this is what it is, dude. So there was a battle that happened, and these herdmen, they ended up becoming part of Abraham's lineage, of his group. So there was a battle, and then they were taken into Abraham's fold, and this well being named this is to remember that. It's to remember the battle that happened, and them being brought into the whatever you want to call it, nation or group of people, into the community.
I don't think they're being brought into the community.
Well, they were already.
It's the fact that they're trying to claim that the water's theirs when Isaac was literally the one that dug the well.
Oh, wait. And the herdmen of Gerar did strive with Isaac's herdmen, saying, the water is ours. So Isaac's herdmen moved into the valley, and they start digging the well.
Yeah.
And then the people that were already living there are like, the water's ours. And he called the name of the well Esek, because they strove with him. So it's because they contested it. So they dug the well after coming into the land that's not theirs.
What does Esek mean? What does it even matter if we don't know what Esek means?
In my eyes, it's the people that live there. It's got to be, No,
because
it's got to be something that
it's the herdmen of Gerar are the people that they're quarreling with. So what does Esek have to do with the herdmen of Gerar?
I'm thinking it's a way to calm down the tensions.
Whatever. I don't think it matters.
Okay, so all right. There will be more that is revealed in the later passages. And they digged another well and strove for that also, and he called the name of it Sitnah. And he removed from thence and digged another well, and for that they strove not, and he called The name of it, Rehoboth. And he said, "For now the Lord hath made room for us, and we shall be fruitful in the land." And he went up thence to Beersheba. And the Lord appeared unto him the same night, and said, "I am the God of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and will bless thee, and multiply thy seed for my servant Abraham's sake." And he builded an altar there, and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants digged a well. Then Abimelech went to him from Gerar, and Azuath, one of his friends, and Phicol, the chief captain of his army. And Isaac said unto them, "Wherefore come ye to me, seeing ye hate me, and have sent me away from you?" And they said, "We saw certainly that the Lord was with thee. And we said, Let there be now an oath betwixt us, even betwixt us and thee, and let us make a covenant with thee, that thou wilt do us no hurt, as we have not touched thee, and as we have done unto thee nothing but good, and have sent thee away in peace. Thou art now blessed of the Lord." And he made them a feast, and they did eat and drink. And they rose up betimes in the morning, and sware one another. And Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. So there's like a thing going on here. There was like disputes happening in this land of Gerar. And finally, Abimelech's freaking men come down in his army. And
he's like, "I heard you got beef."
There was just shit going on. There was like these little quarrels that were happening. And all Isaac's trying to do, is like, he's like, "We're in this land,
like, let's squash the beef.
And that these people are here, and they're fucking with us, and they're people of Abimelech's, they just don't know." And then Abimelech sends his people over, and he's like, "Well, we want to make a covenant because we know how it is with you guys, and we know you guys are of the Lord, and if we mess with you, really, that bad shit's going to happen. So let's squash this immediately and get onto good terms so that we're all good, And that's what ends up happening there. Eat and drink, bed in the morning, peace. And it came to pass the same day that Isaac's servants came and told him concerning the well which they had digged, and said unto him, "We have found water." And he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba unto this day. And Esau was 40 years old when he took to wife Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Bashemath, the daughter of Elon, the Hittite, which were a grief upon the mind unto Isaac and to Rebekah. So they did not like them.
So weird. Yeah, Isaac and Rebekah didn't like essentially their grandchildren, or that Esau was even having kids. Esau was just a problem. I want to know what's up with Esau. But I think we gotta cut it there, broski.
This is the cuttage.
Yeah, where are we? So it's gonna keep going into.
This is 27.
More Esau, but Esau's children. So when we come back, we're going into Jacob, which I think is a good place to stop.
Okay.
That was the end of Abraham, a bunch of Isaac, and then when we come back, we'll be picking up with Jacob.
The story of Abraham continues through his sons.
Yeah,
the saga continues.
We're not plugging through it super quickly. We're wanting to chew on it like we have been. So, yeah. I don't know. If you hate it, let us know. If you like it, let us know. Cause
we're sussing this out. As we've said, and we continue to say, we're not experts in this. So we're trying to hash it out. And if you have, like, some of the things that we talk about that we don't really know anything about, but we've heard, and we're voicing it on the cast, you guys can get in the comments, let us know, turn us on to different, sources for these things, and if we're right or if we're wrong to assume such things, and it'll help us in our journey to understanding the Bible and understanding what's going on, and maybe some of the
and
more
providing valid information. Like, we don't want to say shit that's clearly wrong if you can provide information that points otherwise.
Yeah, and I mean, we do have, like, you know, our own due diligence that we should be doing. Sometimes, you know, it's just like a thing where that lacks, but we'll try our best. Help us out if you want. If not, just say whatever you want. I don't care. We're on the journey and we're trying our hearts out here, trying to pronounce these names that it's just absolute pain.
Yeah.
We got LeBron, we've got Elon. Like, what is going on here? You know?
Yeah, the names really get me, because I'll get through a paragraph of this person, and I'm like, wait, what were we even talking about? What did that all just say? Or,
it just goes out the freaking window.
This person's, like, I need an image. This person's chunk of family tree. This person's chunk of family tree. This person's chunk of family tree. What? Maybe somebody had already made that.
Where's our Matt? Or where's our what's the other
professional Bible beater?
What's the guy from Nephilim Death Squad? The
Matt with 3 T's.
Yeah, there's Matt, but then there's another guy. The guy that they were doing a lot of Bible stuff with before. Dang it, man. Where's our guy? You know, like, we need a guy that, like, is like, no, dude, this is what this means, and, like, you know, freaking breaking it down. I need my Matt, dude.
No.
Where's my Matt?
All we need is us. We got this.
Yeah.
We said we weren't going to do the thing, but we're going to do the thing. You know how people beg you to do shit at the end of a video? Can you do the shit? Like, could you just do it? Because I didn't think I needed to tell people. I thought people knew how to support somebody that was making content. And people are like, yeah, I'll watch your video. And it's like, cool, but can you do all the other shit? Because I need you to, like
and subscribe.
Yeah, I didn't want to say it. Tommy will fucking say it. But yeah, do the things. We need you to, like, follow and rate and, like,
give us 5 stars on Spotify.
Yeah. I'll start.
I like Spotify.
If you don't do it,
Spotify sucks.
If you don't do it for us, I'll have to start saying it, and I don't want to say it. So just do the internet thing. Thank you for watching us. I really appreciate it. We're having a good time. Hope you're enjoying it.
Our ramblings.
Yeah. We'll be back next time with a conventional episode. Next Saturday for another Bible. So we look forward to seeing you guys again. Peace.
Until then, much love. Love you.